Wow.
Everyone, welcome back to another episode of Dungeon Stories. So good to be here. So glad to have you here. That was directed at both the audience and at you three. So glad to have you here.
Oh.
Um, Here at the top of the show, I'd like to take a moment to say thank you to a couple of our friends. Our friends being D&D Beyond. Visit dndbeyond.com for online resources. They have all the D&D 5th edition books there. You can build your characters there. If you are a dungeon master, you can make encounters there. It helps you stay all organized. You can create homebrew, magic items, races, subclasses, so you can fully customize your game that you play there. Check out dndbeyond.com for that. Check out roll20.net to play D&D like we are over a internet connection. It's very helpful when you don't live in the same place as your D&D party, um, like we don't, or just in these modern times where it's not recommended to get together. Um, so Roll20 is a great alternative, a way to still keep the game flowing. So visit roll20.net for that. And then finally, we'd like to say thank you to Hero Forge because HeroForge.com allows you to make custom miniatures for fantasy, science fiction, Western, modern, basically anything that you can think of. Um, Hero Forge has a they have a genre for it. So definitely check out Hero Forge. You can make your minis, you can color them, and then you can order them. Um, so they make really high quality miniatures, and they're really cool. So check out HeroForge.com as well. And now that we have those thank yous out of the way, it's time to introduce ourselves. My name is Norin, and I'm your dungeon master.
I'm Azel. I'm Easton. I'm playing Azel, the monk.
I'm Jenny, and I'm playing Alonso, the paladin.
And I'm Michael, and I'm playing Aaron the Wizard.
All right. Now let's recap what happened last game, shall we? So, last session, the party, after investigating the Barley Roots Manor and learning, what they could from the Barley Roots, they left and they made their way to the Stone Fort Cafe, where they had a quick bite and did a little bit of investigating. They learned that the Stone Forts didn't seem to have a connection to the Elfrona sisters necessarily, so the group split up to conduct some individual business and individual investigations. Azel met with Finthobaran, the Deep Gnome, for dinner. Finn informed Azel that he was a paladin of Yrnavum, the god of fate and destiny. Finn believed that Yrnavum had given him a vision of Azel following a map. So Finn gave Azel his best recreation of the map, and Azel convinced Finn that his new destiny might be to accompany the group while Azel searched for the Western Compass. Meanwhile, Aaron visited with the paladins of Stelnas and got his hands on a few new supplies for his magic. And during this time, Alondra made her way to the Rubble Rouser. She was going to ask around about the Journey's End Museum, but while there, she met another family who had lost a kid and possessed a wooden toy horse, just like the ones the party had seen at the Barley Roots. After completing their errands, the group rested at the Rubble Rouser, and with Finn joining them, made their way to the Farthingtons' house to investigate their missing daughter. While there, they discovered a couple of bottles of ink purchased from the Elfrona sisters, with one of them containing an ooze much like the ones battled at the Barley Roots house. Ilandra also uncovered a trail of sea salt leading up the side of the house to the missing girl's bedroom. After concluding their investigation, the party decided to head northeast towards the village of Cobble in an attempt to intercept the Elfrona sisters on their trade route. So the Elfrona sisters usually travel from Rubbleton down southeast to the village of Bloom's Edge, and then up north to Cobble, and then back southwest to Rubbleton. So you're hoping while they are going this way that you will go the opposite direction and meet up with them. So with that plan in mind, and with Finn trailing along behind you, the now 4 of you set off on your journey. So you are leaving Rubbleton, and it's about a 9 or 10 day journey, kind of depending on how quick you move, depending how the weather is. Right now, you are mid-autumn about. So there is a dirt road leading from Rubbleton to Cobble. It's a little rough and rocky in some parts, but it's functional. Some parts of the road, along the sides of them, have the remnants of a wooden fence lining it. But these fences are mostly rotted away at this point, sometimes resulting in large stretches without a fence, and then the fence will pick up randomly again, marking the side of the road. So it looks like it's long unkempt at this point on that front. Bengor, the country that you are in, is famous for the Ancient Expanse. And the Ancient Expanse is basically rolling hills of grassy woodland, chock full of ancient ruins and remnants of an age-long past. So as you set off on your journey, you're able to take in the sights of the Ancient Expanse. Maybe for the first time for some of you. It's mid-autumn right now, so the trees are all half full of orange and red leaves, and the missing half of these leaves are dancing along the road in front of you in the breeze. So to get a vibe for the area that you're traveling through, picture the Shire, like lush green grass, rolling hills. Everything looks really lush and fertile for farming. But then also picture it like off in the distance you might see a large set of standing stones forming a circle, or you might see off in the distance a little ways away, you might see what was a statue at some point that's since crumbled. So it's kind of littered, kind of like if you've played Skyrim and randomly throughout the map there would be those like holes in the ground with stairs leading down into underground caverns and stuff like that. It's kind of like that, where you would be walking and just would randomly stumble upon some kind of ruin or relic or symbol from something long ago. And this place is just kind of full of them. If you stopped to look at every single one of these ancient leftovers, you would never get where you were going. There's just far too much, and that's why the city of Rubbleton was created in the first place, because people were attending these. They were coming out here to investigate these. So a lot of these, you get the sense, have probably been investigated before by the people that have been here and established themselves as researchers. But you have plenty of time to travel. Like I said, it's about 9 to 10 days. It's about the distance from Meridian to Pocatello. But if you were walking instead of driving, so instead of 4 hours, it would be like
quite a bit.
Yeah. It would definitely be a journey that took a while. So, is there anything in this time? You guys are just setting off at this point. It's I think it's early in the morning. I think you investigated the house, then rested, and then left. Am I correct in that?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys are setting off, gathered a little bit of supplies before you left. So it's probably about maybe 8:30, 9 a.m. And you guys are just setting off, and the sun's bright in the sky. There's a little bit of autumn wind chill, but not too bad. It's fairly temperate. Is there anything that you guys want to discuss as you kick off this first leg of your journey?
Not anything I can think of.
Yeah, I think Azel would probably just keep walking and like hum a little tune.
Okay, rad.
As he's like walking and looking around, taking in the sights.
Okay.
I would say
their origin.
So sorry, remind me. This is kind of going back a little bit. But Kosk, was he expecting me in any sense? Did he have any idea who I was, or was I just finding this guy who I was unknown to?
You get the sense that you were not expected. You were supposed to find him.
Okay.
He had no reason to be expecting you, no reason to know who you were.
Okay. Sounds good.
That's part of why you know so little about him too.
Okay. Yeah, I'd say I would have like left a note at Kosk's old home, just saying like, my name is Aaron Silver Spruce. I'm looking for you, my friend and I, in relation to the Codex, and
Okay.
I'll be on this map, I'll be heading this direction. So I would have left like a basic note just in case before we left.
Okay. Awesome.
But other than that, that's it.
Okay, great. As you guys are traveling, Finn is kind of foraging along the way. Every so often he'll like run off the road and he'll gather up mushrooms and flowers and berries. And he's always like, "This will be useful for later," and then he'll like pocket in his bag. He keeps telling you that he's a really good chef and he's excited to cook for you. And as this first day goes without incident, you by the end of it you are tired and your feet are sore from just walking all day. But you manage to kind of take a step off to the side of the road a little bit, find a nice there's a little bit of a hill kind of forms a semicircle, and so you can kind of nestle up against the side of the hill and form a nice little camp that's kind of protected from the wind a little bit, at least on that one side. And you're able to camp down. Your first day goes smoothly. Finn starts cooking for you, and he basically prepares a pretty nice salad. And it's got like some edible flowers on the top of it, some berries that he's foraged, along with some toasted mushrooms that he cooks up in the fire. And it's pretty good. He makes a homemade dressing out of like some tree sap, so it's a little sweet, almost like maple, drizzled on top of it, and it's pretty good stuff. It's better than dry adventuring rations would have been. So Finn actually has the chef feat, and so what he'll do as you travel is he'll use that to make these little kind of treats, almost like protein bars or granola bars.
Okay.
And
Pop off.
you can use these. He can make a treat. He can make 2 of them, and he can give them out to you, and you can use a bonus action to eat one, and eating one will give you temporary hit points equal to your proficiency bonus.
Shit.
Nice. Okay.
Not
Okay, so
bad.
nice of you.
Yeah, so he'll make 2 of them. He'll give one to Aaron, and he'll probably give the other one to probably to Azel. Elandra, he thinks that you can handle yourself.
Oh yeah.
Hey, wait a minute.
He says, not that the rest of you can't, but he'll kind of poke Aaron, and he'll say, "Wizards are a little soft."
Oh, that is true. I agree. Thank you.
Is it?
I mean, I'd say so. The eye nearly took me out a while ago, so
That's true.
Oh, yeah, good point. Alondra, what are you doing here?
Oh, just touristing.
Just touristing.
Yeah.
This just touristing involved getting involved in a task force? I mean, I know why Aaron's here. I know why I'm here. Why are you here?
I just wanted a change of pace. So nothing like
Aaron's gonna
getting into a task force
no,
and
Aaron.
going to a new city.
Hazel's not buying it. Can I do a insight?
Yeah, go ahead.
You don't believe me? That's hurtful.
He believes you completely.
What'd you get?
Wholeheartedly. I got a 5.
It's up to
I
you
don't-
to
Love that.
decide
I just
to decide if you believe her or not, but you definitely can't tell if she's lying or not.
Cool. I don't believe her, but I can't tell if she's lying. So
But you can't like prove it, but you can believe whatever you'd like.
sweet.
But yeah, the first day passes. You guys rest and wake up, and it seems pretty chill out here. A few animals maybe make their presence known, but most are easily scared off. Or smaller things like rabbits and snakes, you guys can easily dispose of. And Finn will kind of, if he takes out a rabbit or something, he'll pick it up so that he can cook it for meal that day. But he'll never take more than probably one animal a day, because there's only 4 of you, and he's small, so he doesn't need a whole lot to tide you over.
Small boy.
And he prefers things like mushrooms more than meat. He'll still eat it, but he definitely prefers that kind of fungi-based diet. On the second day, he finds these massive, like flat-topped mushrooms, and he'll take them and he cooks like mushroom steaks that day. So he like grills the mushrooms and seasons them with some natural seasonings that he found. And so it's basically you guys are just eating giant grilled heads of mushrooms, but he seasoned them like delicacies.
dang.
Eating like kings, dude.
Not bad.
My man.
So the first few days pass kind of like that, where there's nothing but small hunting to get done. Finn, he's pretty talkative, and he's mostly pretty open. He's got a lot of stories to tell because for a large portion of his life, he was instructed by your Navum to basically wait in Rubbleton until he received his next assignment. And Finn got kind of fed up with waiting, so he left Rubbleton and kind of took off on his own to find his own adventures. And so he got into a lot of trouble. He went broke a couple of times and had to fend for himself and kind of live on the streets in some of the bigger cities. He got in a big fight and he lost his right eye, so you can tell he's got this gray eye that's got this big scar over it that's just completely he can't see anything out of his right eye. And so he says that he's developed a little bit of an extra sense. He says he can almost see with his eyes closed because of it. And so maybe one time around the fire, you guys are kind of testing that out, and you're like tossing things at him while he's got his eye closed and catching him to kind of show that off. But it's pretty fun. And as you guys are traveling on what would be probably the third day of your travel here, you come upon a large log that's it's 10 foot vertical, and even like much longer. So it's so long that it goes into the brush on either side of the road. At this point, the road is kind of on either side of it has these large bushes and kind of thistles. They're kind of spiny bushes, and they have bright green berries on them that are big and plump. And Finn makes sure to take a bunch of those berries, but he says to be careful because the spikes on the brush are a little pokey, and they're not poisonous, but if you got scratched up by them, you wouldn't, you'd probably bleed for a little while. So you could go around, but it might be even more difficult than getting over the top of the log.
What does it look like the ramifications would be by setting it on fire?
In mid-August, there's no telling how far that fire would carry.
That's fair.
Things are kind of drying out in preparation for the winter, so there's no telling how far a blaze like that could carry. It could be pretty reckless.
Well, there goes that idea.
Well, poop, man.
And the log, it's 10 feet, so it's not like insurmountable, but it is pretty tall. It would take some effort to scale.
To climb? Hazel's gonna try to climb it. 100%. He's gonna clap his hands and rub them together.
Make an athletics check for me, please.
100%.
Oh boy.
Come on, man. 13.
Not bad.
Okay, yeah, 13's not bad at all. You start climbing, and it's not impossible to climb. Like, this is rough bark, so you can grab kind of pieces of that, as well as it has multiple small branches kind of poking off of it. So this is a fallen tree, so there's plenty of ways to scale it. So you're able to make your way up, and you get probably about 8 feet up. It's 10-foot length, and from above you, you hear just a ferocious, ear-shadowing squawk.
I knew it.
Okay.
Suddenly, looking down at you is what looks to be a chicken. It's the size of a chicken, but instead of feathers, it's like kind of like grayish lizard scales, that kind of like spiny bearded, like a bearded devil lizard, kind of like that spiny look on it. And its wings, instead of being covered in feathers, they're leathery like bat wings. This is like the ugliest chicken you've ever seen.
Oh, Hazel will probably be frightened at first.
Well, this chicken is going to launch a surprise attack at you.
Oh, fun!
There we go.
You get
That's
to
what he
try.
gets.
as it launches into action here, that it is very territorial. It has made that very clear. So everyone go ahead and roll initiative.
For this little chicky boy.
You just had to fight Chicky Boy.
I did, dude. That was really bad. I saw that. Alondra, sheesh.
Oof. Not the best.
What are you guys doing?
What do you
Aaron
mean? What
has
are we
never
doing?
had good initiative.
Hazel's never probably. I don't know if he's seen this chicken thing, but it's attacking him. That's my excuse.
Does the chicken make a sound?
Yeah, it's
Ear-shattering
a large, like ear-shattering squawk. It's very loud.
Squawk.
And then
Nice.
Okay.
Finn. Now that
Don't remind me, the little snacky snack that I have, that's a bonus action to consume.
bonus action to consume.
Yeah.
Okay.
Finn got a
Snake is
4.
snake.
He did really bad.
Oh my gosh.
Finn is slow.
Yeah, maybe you should hang back.
So this is a cockatrice, is what this is called.
Cockatrice.
And it's going to flit down at you during its surprise round here and reach out with its like razor sharp beak.
Fun.
Ooh.
And that is going to be a dirty 20 to hit.
It hits.
Okay. So you're you're going to take 5 points of piercing damage,
Easy.
and then you need to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Oh.
Not easy. Okay. That's an 8.
An 8. So as you are gripped
A
onto
fail.
this cockatrice, it swoops down at you. Its wings are flapping in your face, and its talons are launching out at you, and it reaches in and gets a bite out of your shoulder, and it just pierces in. You notice this. Your shoulder starts to kind of lock up in place. It feels really stiff, and you notice this gray start to spread across your shoulder. This like stony, rocky surface starts to
Okay.
coat. So it seems that you are beginning to become petrified. So right now you are currently restrained.
Oh.
I'm going to put that little net on your character to show that you are restrained at the moment. You will get another saving throw, but if you fail the second one, then you will be petrified.
Sweet. Love that.
It's Medusa.
It's a cockatrice, boy.
It's going to come around the back this way, fly away from Hazel. It sees that it's got him starting to lock up, and it's going to try and protect itself even more. So now, well, that's the end of the surprise round. We will move into the initiative order with Alondra. You're up first.
Yay. Okay, well, seeing this cockatrice fly behind me, is it in the air?
It is. Currently, yeah. It's about 10 feet up. It didn't descend any. It just flew around. So it's 10 feet up in the air right now.
So she is going to... What is she going to do?
I'll put that little wing on its portrait.
Ah, there we go.
Okay, she is going to hold her action with her rapier, and once the cockatrice gets in range, she is going to take a stab at it.
Okay. Sounds good. All right, Alondra, after you, it's the cockatrice.
Oh, yay.
It is going to swoop down and try and get a bite off on Aaron. So as it swoops down, you can take your attack, Alondra.
My attack, it is a 19 to hit.
19 hits.
Okay, sweet. And that's 10 points of damage to it.
Jeez.
That's a pretty good shot. It swoops down and comes with its beak open, coming directly for Aaron. You reach out and you manage to get it kind of through the wing with your rapier, and it kind of knocks it a bit off course. Aaron, that's going to be a 15 to hit.
I'm going to cast Shield in response to that.
Okay, awesome.
So it will give me a +5 to AC for a total of 20 and won't hit. So just like the shield of electricity, like a blue, just runs up
And
right in front of me.
The cockatrice hits it like a wall, basically. Just, bah! And then it's startled and flies off. It's got flyby, so it won't provoke opportunity attacks. And it's going to come land back up on the log.
Guys.
Not expected.
Okay. Okay, Hazel, it's your turn. You are restrained. So
Okay.
your speed is 0. Attack rolls against you have advantage. Your attacks have disadvantage, and you have disadvantage on dex saves. But right now you are just restrained.
Boy.
Okay. Can I try to calm it down? Like just like try to like animal handle it and like, hey, like we're not trying to hurt you. Like my experience in the jungle, I've seen a lot of animals. So Azel's gonna try to coax it and be like, okay, we're not gonna hurt you. Like we just want to pass.
This is the guy who
Okay.
hit fire.
And that's with just basically calm voice and and pleading words. That's your method there.
Yep.
Okay. Go ahead and make an animal handling check for me.
Oh, I want to see this.
That's gonna be 16 with my proficiency bonus, baby.
What?
I'm proficient in animal handling, boy.
16's not bad. This let me.
I wanted to have dinner with it.
The
I wanted
cockatrice
to
is
have it
very.
for dinner.
I mean, it's very frightened right now, and these things. If you know anything about cockatrices, which yeah, maybe you don't. I mean, they're not exceptionally common, but they're basically like almost frenzied when they feel threatened, and so it's very hard to calm them down. However,
Sweet.
I will say
Okay.
that its eyes have turned from looking at you to looking down at Finn,
Oh,
but it does not look like it is. It does not look like you have its attention anymore.
Sweet.
So Azel, at the end of your turn, please make another Constitution saving throw.
ooh.
That's a 17.
Oh, that's
Okay.
better.
With that, you
I become
are able
petrified.
to, kind of break your arm out, and the stone that was starting to cover it kind of crumbles and fades, and it kind of falls off into dust off of you. You kind of break out, and you have to kind of like hold onto the log with one arm and kind of roll your shoulder to work it out because it's all stiff from nearly turning to stone.
Whew. Still got it.
Okay, Aaron.
Yeah. Norin, can I ask, what are like, as we've wandered and as I've explored this area, can I ask, have there been any like natural predators in the area that I could think of that at least are bigger than a cockatrice?
Yeah, definitely. Um, Around in these areas, you have wolves. There are pretty big snakes. The snakes can get pretty big. Even certain giant rats. You might say that the rats here have a tendency to grow to unusual sizes. Um, so, but yeah, so there's kind
Okay.
of a bevy of predators to choose from.
Yeah, okay. So I will just I'll picture one of the giant snakes and I'm going to cast minor illusion. So I'll just like pull up my little tome and like look at where I've drawn a picture of a snake and just recreate that just sitting on the branch, like right over here, like slithering out. So I'll cast minor illusion so I can create sound or an image of an object. So I'll just make a snake. It says that I can do it no larger than a 5-foot cube. So as big of a snake as I can, I
Okay.
will have it slithering out. Obviously, try and get it, make sure that the cockatrice can see it. But
Sure. Okay, yeah, that's awesome. And this month, you are currently in the calendar year here in Thakos. You are in the month of Illusion Moon. So when you've gone to bed, you've noticed that the moon is glowing with purple moonlight. And what this means is that basically, um, during this month, the moon is heavily influenced by illusion magic, and thus illusion magic is a little more powerful. So that will give, during this month, during Illusion Moon, creatures will have disadvantage on saving throws and skill checks against illusion spells. So it's going to be harder for
ooh,
the
okay.
cockatrice to distinguish this illusion as an illusion. So great choice on that one. I'll have it do a wisdom save at disadvantage on that to try and deduce that. What's your spell DC?
That would be. Oh, come on, what is that?
5 million.
No, I don't think it's that. I'll say 15.
Okay. Well, it got a 5.
Oh,
So the cockatrice looks quite frightened of the illusory snake. You see its eyes are not intelligent to begin with. They are just beady and black. But they widen and it definitely is like squawk. It's like looking at your illusory snake here. All right.
All right, yeah, and that would certainly be my turn there.
Okay. All right, Aaron. After you is Finn. And Finn is gonna say, if we could take this thing down, we should, because cockatrice wings are a delicacy. and much like the cockatrice's eyes that are just black beads, Finn's eye glazes over.
oh my god.
At the idea of cockatrice wings. So he does not have a lot of ranged attacks. He's going to take a javelin off his back, and he's going to hurl a javelin at this cockatrice up there. Wow, natural 20.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Finn, yes. Get us some
We
wings.
eat good tonight.
So Finn is going to do
Sam
7
said buffalo
damage
waffles.
with that. And the cockatrice looks quite wounded. Finn takes the javelin, hurls it, and it sticks into the cockatrice's right wing and kind of pins the wing to the log. And it's kind of like trying to flap and like get away, and like one side of it is kind of lifting off of the log, and the other one is stuck.
Cool.
And Finn says, "Well, don't just let it suffer. Alondra, take care of it." And Alondra, it's your turn.
I don't think she has any ranged spells, any ranged things she can do. Oh, I do have a dagger. Okay. Alondra is going to run up 10, 15, 20, 25 and get her dagger out and throw it at the cockatrice.
Okay, sure, yeah. Go ahead and make a range attack with that dagger.
Y'all are so mean.
It's a natural 20.
Okay.
Y'all are so mean.
Go ahead and roll damage.
I want some protein. That is 7 damage.
7 damage. Awesome. It's not quite out of its misery yet. It is quite close. It now has a dagger sticking out of its scaly chest, kind of like underneath its wing that is pinned to the log. It's now got a dagger sticking out of it, and it is just barely hanging on. It can't really flap up anymore because of the weight of the dagger in it, kind of weighing it down. Yeah, it's not a pretty sight. But after you, it is the cockatrice's turn.
Oh, no.
And the cockatrice is going to attempt to free itself from being pinned here. So it's going to make an athletics check. But it has a -2, so it's a 4, so it cannot free itself.
Oh my gosh.
Y'all so mean.
So that's the cockatrice. However,
there is a second one.
Bigger predator.
bigger predator.
We have to get this chicken out of here before something comes.
And the bigger predator is scared by the
Booyah!
snake.
Yes, there is. It's actually it was really funny that you chose snake, Michael, because
There's a snake.
there is a giant constrictor snake making its way out of the brush. Looks like it was. You can tell by its behavior. Azel up here, you're probably the only one who can see it right now. Aaron, Alondra, and Finn, you cannot see the snake over the log. But Azel, as you're up on top of the log at this point, you can see this massive constrictor snake coming towards you. It's probably close to, like, between 10 and 15 feet long.
Oh, we can take it.
Its width is probably, like, bigger than my forearm of thickness on it. Like, it is a massive snake, and it is coming at you. You get the sense that it is hunting the cockatrice here.
Oh, heck
Okay.
no, that's ours.
And, Azel, it's your
Is it,
turn
though?
now. So you have the cockatrice here.
Kill
who
it!
is just in so much pain. And you have a giant snake hurtling at
Do I
you
get-
at snake speed.
Does Azel get the sense that the bar would help the cockatrice? Like if he tried to feed it to the cockatrice?
What?
Based on what
Freaking jungle man.
based on what Finn told you, it might.
Okay. Yeah, Azel's gonna reach for the treat. And he's gonna try to like, or that would be my
Yeah.
action, huh?
Bonus action.
Well, bonus action to eat it, action to feed someone else. Just like the potions with the quick drink rule. Bonus action to drink and action to feed it to someone else.
And the cockatrice can't fly anymore.
No, it's pinned.
No, it was unable to free itself. Its right wing is pinned to the log with Finn's javelin.
Can cockatrices fly?
They can, yeah. You saw it flying around.
Oh yeah, my head ass. Okay,
It's wounded,
Azel's
bee.
gonna
Okay.
unpin it.
Okay.
And he's gonna, with a free action, tell it to fly away.
Okay. So you reach down. Go ahead and make an athletics check to pull that free of the wood.
That is going to be with proficiency, that's going to be 23.
All right. You grab it and yank it. That didn't look great in the camera. Let's just pretend. You grab it and you you pull it out and you just kind of toss it down, and it like lands on the dirt road and kind of rolls toward Finn. And the cockatrice begins to flap, although it's not its turn. Aaron, it is your turn though.
Kill it.
The cockatrice is very wounded. It has a massive hole in its right wing.
And my dagger's still in it?
It has a dagger in its chest.
Yeah, I will just cast Mind Sliver. So this is
Firebolt?
a cantrip that needs to make an intelligence saving throw.
Okay. Will do. That's an 8.
So it fails, so it's going to take, let's see how much damage. It's going to take some psychic damage.
Yeah.
So it takes 2 points of psychic damage.
It's still alive.
Not too much. Probably.
That body language said it all.
It has 1 hit point left.
Oh my
Sorry.
God.
Whoa!
Get it, Finn!
That was the mind. That was the mind. Isn't that cool? I can do
So the Mind Sliver does 2 points of damage.
Oh, I thought you said it does Dippin' Dotson damage. I was like,
2 points of damage. Yeah. This third eye forms on your head, and this beam of like purple energy goes shoots out and hits the cockatrice right in the forehead, and the cockatrice is just kind of like it's on its side now, weighted down by the dagger, and it's just flapping its good wing, and it's just spinning in a circle on top of the log.
Yes.
All right, Aaron. Anything else? You gonna move it all?
Yeah, I'll move up a little bit closer, like just right behind Alondra, just right here.
Okay. All right. After you is the snake.
Actually, I didn't count any of that, but
That's fine. It's probably under whatever. The snake is going to come and make its way up the log. It is adept. This is its home territory around here. This is its favored terrain. This snake has a few levels in Ranger, and it makes its way up the log, and it is going to from behind you. I will not count this as flanking because the cockatrice is not much of a threat to you anymore, Hazel. So it will not get.
You do be spinning.
But it is going to attempt to constrict you.
Dope.
And that is going to be a 21 to hit, Hazel.
Yeah, no, that hits. Good night, girl. I'll see you tomorrow.
Hazel, that's going to be 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Solid.
And you are now grappled by the snake. It is...
Hazel's bloodied.
It is wrapped up around you.
Pick your energy.
Help.
So it is encircled itself around you, and it's so long that it can like wrap around you a few times to start crushing you and squeezing your arms inward, and then still come up about 5 feet above you and angle its head down towards your face. So it's now hissing in your face. Its long forked tongue is like flipping in and out at you. You can see the snakes have uvula. I was gonna say you can see its uvula.
Love that.
You're about to get swallowed.
they do not.
You can see its snakula.
Yeah, thanks for that. Love that.
Okay.
Snakula. That's great.
Is that what we settled on?
I didn't let you vote. I just chose snakula.
Cool.
All right. So that is the snake's turn. Now it's Finn's turn. Finn is going to go 5, 10, 15, and then he is going to attempt to scale the log. I guess he'll go 10 here, and then that will be up on the log. With a 12, I'll say he can barely manage it. It's not super hard to climb a tree. It's not difficult. But climbing, because you don't have a climb speed, will take half the movement, twice as much. It's like difficult terrain. So he moved 10. He climbed 10, which was actually 20, which leaves him with 5 move speed left. So he'll walk along the log there, and then he can't reach you, Azel. So he's going to look out and he's going to say, hang in there! And then he's going to take out his long sword and shield, and he's going to swing his sword at the cockatrice.
Yes, dinner.
Someone's got to put it out of its misery. At this point, it's been cruel to let it live this long.
Right. Yeah. I'm looking the same way, but it's whatever.
He rolled a 10. Its armor class is 11.
Oh my gosh.
So he misses.
Frick.
And he couldn't even kill it. He couldn't even kill it.
No, he couldn't.
Why are
You
you
know
even
they
here?
say that the meat
You
tastes
invited
better
him.
when it's influenced with fear.
I
So
did, but
we're gonna have some delicious.
Yeah, he's like standing over the illusory snake, and so this cockatrice just has pure fear in his eyes as this sword like
Oh my
strikes down
God.
next to its head, and this illusory snake is still like snapping at it. By the way, that snake is probably is minor illusion concentration? Does it last?
It lasts 1 minute and no concentration, so I haven't
Concentration? Oh,
dismissed it, so it's still there.
yeah, Finn's turn, so Alondra.
Alondra, get dinner or help Abel? Get dinner, help Abel.
Wow, that's a lot.
No, it's whatever. Yeah.
Decision.
Yeah.
Okay, she's gonna move 10 feet over here and try to scale the tree.
Okay.
Behind the snake.
Yeah, make an athletics check for me.
Okay. Athletics. That is a 30-20.
Okay, yeah, easy. So it'll take 20 feet of movement to get up it, but you so can. You can come into that space there behind the snake.
Sweet. Okay. And then she is going to swing her rapier at the bow constrictor.
Okay.
And that's
make an attack. And I'm gonna say it's with disadvantage because you're trying not to pierce Azel.
okay.
Watch it!
Well, that's worse. That is a 13 to hit.
13 hits.
Oh, yay. Okay.
Yes,
That-
man.
9 piercing damage, and then she's gonna turn around and pull out her sword with her bonus action and try to pierce it with her sword.
Okay.
And you said that's a disadvantage?
Yes. Yeah, if you're attacking the snake, because it's wrapped around Azel.
One of them was a natural 20, but it still hits with an 18 to hit.
Sorry, Jenny.
It's okay.
Sheesh!
And that's just 1 piercing damage
Okay.
with that.
All right. Still really careful hits. You know, you've got your 2 blades out, and you kind of jab in at a spot you think is safe, and then quickly come again with the short sword, and you manage to just barely get it without nicking Azel. And Azel, this is kind of a frightening sight to behold, as this flurry of blades is flashing in front of you.
Stand still!
But I can't really go anywhere else!
Alright. It's the cockatrice's turn. It's gonna flit its one wing and kind of drop off the log. And it's gonna hit the ground, although it is, I mean, it's got a wing, right? Oh yeah, so it's fine as it lands. It's gonna kind of crawl its way forward, pulling itself in the sand. And Aaron, it's gonna try to bite at your ankle.
I am so gonna blast this thing.
That is a 14 to hit.
It does not.
Okay. It kind of like half-heartedly like is snapping at your ankle right now. You just kind of like lift your foot up and you're like, what the hell is this thing still doing here? Okay. Azel, it's your turn. You're grappled by this constrictor. Oh, actually, sorry, restrained. So, speed is 0. Your attack rolls have disadvantage.
Okay. Shoot, dude. Can I try to break the grapple? Or the restraint?
You can try to break it. It will be your action to do so.
Okay. I'll do that.
Okay, so make an athletics check.
Why not? Okay. And with my proficiency, that's going to be a 22.
Okay. If you rolling in D&D Beyond, if you're proficient in it, it should automatically add your proficiency to the roll already.
Oh, okay. Then dirty 20.
It should, at least.
So it only added my dex modifier.
Okay.
Or the athletics.
Okay. Yeah. So that if it has a bubble in it, the athletics modifier should include both your strength mod and your proficiency. That's where. So, like, what's your strength mod?
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, that's 2. Whoops.
Okay. So we're good, right? Are we on the same page?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. But regardless, that is enough to break free of it. So you are able to kind of force yourself out, and the snake kind of topples onto the log in front of you.
Sweet. Okay. Can I spend a Kai point for Step of the Wind and disengage as a bonus action?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, I'm doing that. Goodbye. Sweet. Yep. So Azel's gonna disengage. Oh, good lord, what's going on now? Could you remind me the disengage?
You can move, and he won't get an opportunity attack. So you can take your full movement now, and he won't get to snap at you on your way out.
Okay. Yeah, Azel's gonna jump off the log.
Okay.
And come back to here.
Okay. Anything else, Azel?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. Aaron, it's your turn.
Okay, yeah.
You now see this giant snake that had wrapped around Azel, and he's now managed to escape from it. And then there's also the very pathetic cockatrice at your feet.
Yeah, okay. So Aaron quickly flips through his spell book until there's an image of a constellation with 3 stars, and he is going to cast Magic Missile. So the paper comes alight, and one of the magic missiles is going to go for this cockatrice, and then the remaining 2 are going to go for that boa constrictor.
Okay, great. Yeah, awesome. Go ahead and roll damage on those. You don't need to roll for the cockatrice, but you can if you'd like.
Okay. Well, there's the cockatrice for a total of 2.
Okay.
And then here are the... Wow. 4 total points of force damage to the snake.
Okay. So your magic missile go launching out, and one of them flies like directly up and then arcs back down and hits the cockatrice, thus ending its miserable existence. Luckily, a round is only 6
Thank
seconds,
goodness.
so it was suffering for less than a minute, which I don't know if that makes it any better, but in reality, it was not suffering that long. You did kill it pretty quick.
That's good.
And then the other 2 go and strike into the snake here. Anything else?
I'll have you know I rolled 3. No, that's it. I just rolled 3 d4s and got a 1 on every single one of those dice. So, but that would be Aaron's turn, right there. So he's good.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Awesome. So after you, it is the giant constrictor snake's turn, and it is going to attempt to constrict Alondra.
Oh, yay.
Natural 20, Alondra.
Oh, well, can't really do much about that.
R.I.P.
So that's going to be 14 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ooh. Okay.
And you are
I'm
restrained
bloodied
by the snake. Azel breaks free and then activates his disengage and just kind of like leaps off of the log and then like 3-point landing on the dirt. The snake does this like swirl around and then lunges at you lightning fast, Alondra, and wraps itself, coils up around, starting at your legs and moving upwards, and it just tightens up and locks up like your arms at your side. It is Finn's turn now. How do you look, Alondra? What's your how are your hit points looking?
She's bloody. She has 8 hit points left.
Okay. Well, Finn can't reach you because of the way that the snake is positioned. You're still 10 feet away from him, so he can't reach you. So what he will do, he'll say, "Hang in there, Alondra." I forgot his voice. I don't know why I can't do this.
That sounds much deeper than his.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Hang in there, Alondra. He's like almost like Irish last episode. I was doing almost an Irish thing, and now I can't remember how to do that.
Good enough for me. Sounds
It's okay.
great.
I don't have Alondra's voice yet. I think I switch like every single time she talks.
Every day Finn wakes up, you guys notice he's
Wait, Finn?
he's gonna cast Searing Smite onto his sword. So his sword is gonna start glowing with this bright yellow gold flame. And he's gonna attack, and that's gonna be a 24 to hit. So he's gonna get an extra D6 of fire damage.
Ooh.
Wow.
Does he know how to cook snake too?
Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
So he's going to do 11 points of damage to it. And then, let's see here. The snake is then engulfed in holy flame. And as it bursts into flame, Alondra, you're a little bit worried. I forgot to roll with disadvantage for him, but I rolled again and it was higher, so he's good. You're a little bit worried as it bursts into flames, and then the flames aren't touching you at all. You're not hurt at all by them as the snake erupts.
This is freaky.
Let me see if there's like a fire. There isn't really a fire symbol here. We'll make these 3 leaves. They sort of look like a flame. I think they're behind you, Alondra.
Okay.
The snake is on fire now. So at the start of each of his turns, he'll make a con save. If he fails, he'll take fire damage. And with that, Finn is concentrating. So for concentrating, I like to do this little wrench because it means he's working on it.
Oh, that's cute.
Okay, so that's Finn. Burst in the flames, strike it, and then the snake erupts into golden light. And Alondra, it's your turn.
Okay. Okay. Alondra is gonna try to get out of the grapple.
Okay, so that's going to be your action. It'll be an athletics check.
In athletics, okay. Okay, that's a 13. That wasn't too high.
13 is not enough. You are stuck.
Okay.
You cannot free yourself.
Okay.
It tightens its grip around you, and you're unable to break free. All right.
That's all I can do.
Um. Oh, my bad. I'm trying to think here. How injured can I see how injured this snake is? Did we already cover this?
I don't think so.
No one has asked. It does not yet seem to be bloodied. It's taken some hits, and you can tell that, but it has not lost um, in any of its vigor or intensity. It seems.
Okay. Can I use my bonus action outright to eat that treat?
You can. Yes. So go ahead and you pull it out,
Cool.
and it's like a
I'm
little.
going to do that.
It's like a collection of berries and nuts that he's gathered, almost like a trail mix that he's kind of bounded together with like tree sap. So it's got a little bit of a sweet mapley taste. And so what that is going to do for you is you are going to get temporary hit points equal to his proficiency bonus, which at this level is 2. So you get 2 temporary hit points.
Sounds good to me. Sheesh. Okay. After doing that, Azel's probably gonna try to climb back up the tree to help Alondra and Finn again. So he's gonna go 1, and he's gonna try to climb up here so that he's behind Finn.
Okay. Yeah, make an athletics check. It's pretty easy to do. But...
Yeah. Oh, I kill it. 21.
Oh yeah, for sure. No problem. You basically leap up. You almost don't need to touch the tree. You like grab it. You leap up halfway, grab the tree with one hand, and then pull yourself up, and like pull
Sweet.
yourself up and launch the rest of the way.
Jungle's taught me well. What can I say?
Yeah. All right.
Sweet. And then that's gonna be it.
No
Oh,
action?
actually, can I ready an action?
Yeah. What would you like to? What would you like to hold?
So I want to hold an unarmed strike.
Okay.
Or actually a strike with my short sword. So a strike with my short sword if the constrictor tries to constrict Finn, or like gets close to Finn.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. So Azel, after you, it is Aaron's turn.
Okay. So I will go with another mind sliver attack. So that will just be a D6. Well, they have to do an intelligence saving throw for this snake.
13.
13 is not good enough. The snake takes 5 points of spell psychic damage.
Awesome.
Pew.
You send out your beam, and it strikes into it, and the snake rears up, and you can tell at this point you have wounded it. The snake is definitely showing signs of this battle now. It is growing weary. It is bloodied.
Well, we did something. Yeah, with that, honestly, I'm just going to stay exactly where I am, just watching the snake, making sure. And can I do, like, with my bonus action, take, like, a look around just to make sure that there's not anything else kind of creeping up on us?
Sure, make a perception check.
Okay. So with that perception check, I will have a... Where is that? There we go. An 11.
Okay. You don't notice anything, but that doesn't do much to sate your paranoia. Especially because
Paranoid as heck.
As you are looking around, Aberros's voice fills your head again, and he says, "Frightened, are we?" Hang in there, little one. If you get hurt, neither of us get what we want.
I just stuff that book deep into the satchel.
All right. It is the snake's turn. So it is. It has you restrained, Alondra, but it looks at Finn, and Finn looks to be about the right size for it to swallow.
No.
So while it's wrapped around you, Alondra, it's gonna reach out and try and bite Finn.
Oh
Fuck
my
that
God.
noise. Okay,
And
bye.
that's gonna be a 23 to hit.
Oh
Does he
my
get close to
God.
Finn?
Yes, I will say that is close enough, especially because Finn is so short. That has to kind of come down right over top of Finn, which is totally in range. So go ahead and you can make your attack with your short sword.
Hell yeah, I can. 15.
That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
5.
Okay. All right, 5 points of damage. It leaps down. Your quick reflexes, you slash out and give it this nice gash about maybe 8 inches above its head. It's going to bite Finn, and that's going to be 9 points of piercing damage. And Finn's going to make a con save for poison, which he
Ooh.
fails. He got a 6.
Oh, Finny boy.
4 points of poison damage on top of that. And Finn goes, "Oh, well, that was... ouch."
Oh no.
And it's Finn's turn. Oh, I forgot to do the, he's on fire. I couldn't see the fire symbol behind Alondra. I made a reminder to myself and then I couldn't see it. He's on fire, so he needs to make a... The snake is going to make a con save against Finn's fire, which he got a 3 on, so he's going to take a d6 of fire damage at the start of his turn. 3 fire damage. And as Finn gets bit, he needs to make a con save to maintain concentration on his searing smite there. But that's going to be a 12, so Finn is going to maintain concentration. He manages to keep that spell up. So that was Finn's turn. After him is Alondra. You are still restrained. You can try to break free. That'll be your action. You can make an attack with disadvantage on it. Whatever you'd like to do.
Okay. She is going to... So remind me for the spells again, somatic means you have to move your hands, correct?
Yeah, somatic is a gesture.
Okay, well, that won't work. Okay, she's gonna hit it. With her bonus action, she's gonna cast Searing Smite as well and try to hit it with her rapier.
Yeah, awesome. Go ahead and make an attack with disadvantage with your rapier.
Okay, that is a 13 to hit.
That just hits.
Oh, sweet. Okay. So that's 11 points of piercing damage, and then what is it? A d6, and then 2 fire damage.
Awesome. So your rapier lights up into flames as well. However, instead of being like a bright gold, yours are like a deep blue, almost
Ooh.
like the color of the deep sea. And they strike into it, and then the snake lights into flames again, and now you have this gold and these blue flames kind of merging and twisting around one another on the snake, and it is writhing and in burning pain, but you still feel not even any heat, Alondra. You are not affected at all by the fire that has engulfed this giant constrictor snake.
Neat.
All right, Azel, it's your turn.
Okay. Fuck it. Azel's gonna punch it. Right? That's what I do best. I'm gonna. Azel's gonna spend it. Well, yeah. Or. Fuck. I can't enter this space, can I?
No, the snake is occupying it.
Oh. Yeah. Well, shit. Okay, okay, Azel's gonna jump down on the other side.
Okay.
And he's gonna come over here. And can he try to pull, like, Alondra? Or, like, try to free her, I guess?
Let me see. Make an athletics check for me to get up the log, because she's still 10 feet above you.
$11.
Okay. Yeah. No. Like I said, it's rather easy to climb the tree. So you can kind of scamper up it, reach up, and like grab her ankle. Make an athletics check as you attempt to kind of pull her down off the log.
17.
Okay. Yeah. You reach up, you grab her, and Alondra, you feel your feet kind of go out from underneath you, and you kind of fall and hit the log, and then both of you make a dexterity saving throw for me as you tumble to the ground 10 feet down.
Oh, watch this be my end.
14.
Okay.
You said a dex saving throw?
Yeah, dexterity save, yeah.
14 also.
Okay, you both manage to, you kind of land on your knees and then pick yourself back up. Alondra, you are no longer restrained, but go ahead and make a constitution save to try and maintain concentration on Searing Smite. I'll say that randomly unexpectedly being yanked off of a log might break one's concentration. I think that's kind of fair to say.
Yeah. That's an 11.
Okay, yep, easy. You maintain it.
Sweet.
Okay.
See ya!
Woot woot.
All right. Aaron, it's your turn.
So how damaged does the snake look?
Looks pretty bad now. It's close. Not as bad as the cockatrice was, but...
Okay, yeah, so what I'm going to do is I am just going to rummage around for that diamond in my satchel, the one that I got from the paladins.
Yeah.
And I will pull out that diamond, and through it I will cast Chromatic Orb at this snake.
All right. What element are you choosing?
I'm going to choose fire. Let's see. I'm just making sure that I don't cause a forest fire here. Okay, yeah. So it is going to be lightning damage.
Okay.
I'll just arc through this diamond, some lightning damage. So I will make a spell attack against this, and that is going to be a 21 to hit.
Oh yeah, totally hits. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay. Ooh, that is 16 points of lightning damage
Ooh.
This
charged into this snake.
beam of lightning arcs out from you and strikes into it. And as it hits, there's like this swirl of lightning around it, and it is just like sizzling and smoking, still kind of with this Technicolor fire um, burning off of it. The snake is for sure deceased.
Okay.
Ooh.
I will speak back to my snake and say, how is that for scared?
Okay, yeah. Avaros's voice fills your head once again, and he says, "I won't lie. That was impressive, though your foe was already severely weakened."
Well, next time we'll see if we can change your mind.
Don't get your hopes too high.
And I will just toss him back to the satchel, like midway through that sentence you say.
Yeah. You shove your book back into the satchel, and Finn is gonna grab the snake kind of by the head that's by him. He's gonna leap off. Whoa. I didn't realize I could do that. I sort of mirrored him. I didn't realize that was a thing. But he's gonna leap off and kind of drag the snake down with you. Actually, he's not gonna leap on this side. You guys are going this direction. He's gonna leap off over here. And before he does, he's gonna say, "Aaron, grab the cockatrice." Fuck, I can't do it. God.
I'll grab the cockatrice and carry it with me over.
Okay. With that, you guys have a giant constrictor snake that you are trailing behind you. A cockatrice. You can take your dagger out of it, Alondra.
Okay, yeah. She'll do
back.
that.
And you guys can continue on for the day. That was about probably 1 p.m. that occurred. As you guys are kind of walking away and reveling, in like the post-battle adrenaline, and some of you feeling better than others, those of you that have almost petrified or had maybe a few bruises that are going to last a while from the snake squeezing into your sides there. Azel, you feel this warmth in your belly that kind of flows up and through you, and you're not sure exactly what the cause of it was. But Azel, go ahead and gain 1 piety point.
Sweet. Okay.
And that puts you at 2, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Solid.
Yeah, so you feel something kind of growing, and you're not sure what caused it, but yeah, go ahead and take one of those.
Interesting. Okay.
And then you guys can continue on and settle down to rest at the end of the day. The sun's starting to dip behind the mountains and kind of fade from view a bit. Finn is going to attempt to basically make like fried chicken out of the cockatrice.
Yes.
So fried
My boy.
wings, you'll take the legs and kind of turn them into drumsticks, and it looks just like fried chicken when he's done with it. But when you bite into it, like the skin is almost like a popcorn type thing because of the scales. They've kind of like ballooned up a bit on it, and they've turned almost into like a crunchy popcorn. You know, like a caramel corn, how you bite into a good caramel corn and it's got that crunch on it, and then it turns into that kind of soft popcorn thing. So it's kind of like
Hell
that,
yeah.
where you bite in with an initial crunch, and then it turns into that airy popcorn sensation, and then the meat of it tastes pretty much just like chicken, but with a little bit of like natural kind of spice built into it, um, and it's really good. So you get fried cockatrice for dinner tonight.
Yes.
Yummy. I can eat. Lisa wants to ask Finn, like, mouthful of like the cockatrice meat, just like, oh my god, like, where'd you learn to cook?
He says, I well in the Underdark, in the Umbral Caverns, there's not much else to do other than try to survive, and on the off chances that you had survived, you did what you could to make life a little more worth living, and for me that was cooking. And once I left, it just stuck with me, and I had all these new ingredients that weren't fungus based to cook with, and it just expanded my horizons.
What's your favorite newest dish that you've tried?
A favorite new dish, like from the surface?
Like, not, yeah, from the surface.
I had there was a halfling family I had dinner with once, and they made me this soup that had dumplings in it. They called it chicken something and dumpling soup, and the something was a secret ingredient, and I still haven't figured out to this day what it was. I've tried time and time again to recreate the recipe to the best of my ability, and it tastes great every time, but just I can't quite capture what it is I'm missing.
Interesting. I didn't take you for a soup kind of guy.
Something about this. I'll have to make it for you once we have chicken and, well, something.
Right. Not cockatrice, though. Not.
Whole different ball game cooking with monsters, let me tell you.
Fair enough.
It's dangerous to cook with monsters. You see the way that oil was spitting at me.
You know, not offhand, but I'll take your word for it. Sheesh.
It's an adventure in itself sometimes. Anything else anyone would like to discuss while you're bedding down for the night?
No, Aaron would just read his book a lot.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Azel would you'll probably like try to mimic Aaron, like, like kind of like hold the same posture and stuff.
All right, yeah, and with that, are you guys? You guys can get ready to bed down. Is there a watch of some kind that you're setting up, or what's the plan on that front?
Oh, that would be smart.
I can stay up for one watch.
I can stay up for the other. Alondra will be like, I don't need a full 8 hours rest. 4 is fine with me.
Freak. What?
Oh, that's useful.
Okay. I guess I'll take a nice sleep. Azel's gonna, curl up and read until he falls asleep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Aaron, you take the first watch here. You begin it, and you can kind of start flipping through your book and keeping an eye out. Elandra, as you are getting settled in your meditation here, your vision is going to kind of be overcome with like waves out at sea, like a nice calm sea, and then rising up out of the waves, you're going to see a familiar figure one that you recognize from a little while ago. You see Torinth, large, like 7, 8 feet tall, sky blue skin. His
Jeez.
ears kind of are almost like fins in the way that the edges of them are shaped. Um, he's got webs in between his fingers and his feet, and a long mane of white hair. He's wearing these leathers, and he has kind of like a leather vest and this open chest, revealing a well muscled chest. Um, and
Okay.
he's bare feet. He's has this like green cape kind of flowing in the wind behind him, the sea breeze. And he says, "Well, I see that our little plan didn't quite work out as we had hoped. It wasn't as easy to get into that box, was it? As we thought it might be."
No, no, unfortunately not. Unfortunately, the town has had some incidents occurring that has closed that museum you sent me to.
Well, it's mighty fine of you to step in and help these kids, even if it is only to get access back to the museum. I mean, I won't assume that's all you're doing it for. Maybe there is a hint of altruism at play. I guess I don't really know you that well, do I?
No, I don't suppose you do. I mean, first time we met, I was just out on sea.
You were more than on sea. When I found you, you were in it,
True.
sinking.
Got
Well,
his ass.
any journey that your mission has turned itself into an expedition, and that is my speciality as the god of the sea and sailing and exploration. Um, this is playing into my forte a little bit. He kind of smiles and leans forward, um, and he says, "If you need anything, feel free to reach out. I know that we're new at this, but I'm here to help," is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, do I like pray to you? How exactly does this work?
That's the quickest way outside of magical means, I would say. I can't promise I'll respond to everything. Um, if you call to me with magic, I'll do my best to be there. But just your regular prayer, I'll do my best to attend to it. But at the very least, I'll hear it, and I'll do my best to send good vibes if I can. Um, just keep that in mind. Keep me in mind, especially now that you're out here exploring.
Alondra's hand is gonna shake and she's gonna say, I'll probably go with prayer. Magic is not really my kind of thing.
Huh. You used some earlier. You lit that snake on fire. It was glorious to see.
Yeah, I guess the thought of, being backed up into a corner made me forget for a second, but it's not something I tend to always use.
I see. Well, just keep in mind that now that we have formed this agreement, I'll bestow upon you different than what you might be accustomed to, seeing as where you grew up.
Okay, I will keep that in mind. Thank you, Torrance.
Of course. Well, I'll let you get your rest. It seems that it's almost your turn to stare at the road for 4 hours.
Yeah, that should be something.
All right. Well, good night. And then the
Good night.
vision will fade, and you can gain a piety point, Alondra.
Sweet. Woot woot.
All right. And with that, Aaron, your watch passes. Alondra, you take yours as well. Um, and goes without issue. Your mind might be a little preoccupied, but you do your best to keep a good watch, and all goes well. Everyone, go ahead and take a long rest here.
Oh,
Sweet.
As you wake up in
yeah,
the
yeah,
morning,
yeah.
and that's where we'll end this episode of Dungeon Stories. Ready to continue this journey. 3 days in at this point, starting on day 4. Um, yeah, and we'll call it there.
Yes, sir.
Everyone, thank you so much for tuning in and checking out Dungeon Stories. Means a lot to us. Remember that if you are watching on YouTube, feel free to like and subscribe and all that YouTube stuff. If you're on iTunes, drop us a rating, and just kind of share the good word. Follow us on our socials at Stories Dungeon on Twitter and Instagram. We're Dungeon Stories on Facebook. So feel free to let others know about us and reach out and let us know what you thought. It means a lot to us. So everyone, thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you next week with another brand new episode of Dungeon Stories.